loading a kiln. It is a glaze kiln fire, and it is the last glaze kiln fire before the big show. I've been doing a lot of jewelry inside, and I was skeptical at how much I thought I might like it at first, but I'm really beginning to like it. So that's positive thing number one, glaze, kiln, load. Positive thing number two, that it is the last one before the show. Ugh. And positive thing number three, this jewelry thing is really turning out pretty cute. Surprising. I've had problems with that in the past. So, without further ado, I am sorting by height because tall stuff goes in first in the glaze kiln as well. And nothing can touch. So, it's a puzzle. It is a puzzle. So, wish me luck. You and me, babe. You and me, babe. It's just nothing else like you. We're ready to go. So I don't usually sand things at this point, but tongue marks. Turns out you can take a piece of sandpaper when it's dry and without adding any water, sand those down. But you got to be really careful, as I'm learning, or else your sandpaper will scrape the glaze off of the top edge of the piece. Marked improvement, however. Marked improvement. Oh my goodness, that's some of them are just hard. This one was like 3.5 hours hard. This little doodad is fantastic. It is a dentist's mirror, and I have a lot of these low-lying flat things, right? And you can tuck smaller pieces up underneath them like that. But it's really hard to tell if they're touching. Ta-da! I can see. Oh, yay! I can see it. It takes some finesse and some getting used to. But I can tell if that is touching like it is right there, or if it is safe like it is right there. And from the top, you can't see that. You cannot see that. So I was able to save a bunch of space that way by tucking things under. And I've done that before, but it's just, oh my gosh, it's so nice to know instead of guess that your stuff is not touching. So, kiln loading tip. Get one of these. They're great. And they'll fit in between. Like they'll go in between things that This is now a pottery tool and will no longer live in the bathroom. Because, I mean, seriously, how do you... We bought it in a set of tools. We use the other tools. We don't use this in the bathroom. That is. But you know what? Those other things would be good out here too. The other thing that I tried experiment-wise, this is some old clear glaze, store-bought clear glaze that's kind of dried up. And I thought it might stick on a place where it had wax resist, and it did. And so we'll see. I mean, it can't get any worse. It's glazed with a clear that I bought in powdered form. It's not the same brand, but I needed to stick over the top of wax resist. So hopefully the wax resist will come out at about 500 or 600 degrees. And then I don't know. I've never done it. I've never heard people talk about whether or not it can be done. What I have heard is there's no way you can get glaze to stick on top of wax resist. Well, this is really old and dried out, and it did stick on top of wax resist. That may mean that I didn't get any actual glaze on top of the wax resist, but just the sticky stuff. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. It has a pink door. It's a fairy house with a pink door. But worst case scenario, I feel like the worst case scenario is that it will drip a little bit in that area and look like it crawled. But it's already going to look like it crawled. So I am a little concerned about the top reaching cone because it's over the top of the top peephole. And in the past, when I put things over the top of the top peephole, I and had a cone pack, it has shown me that it didn't reach temperature. And I think that's because this top, I leave this, the instructions that came with the kiln say leave this top peephole out. So that's what I do. My grandmother always plugged up all of the peepholes. So I don't know. I may plug up the last peephole to amp it up for the last few minutes of the firing. It's kiln opening day. I've already been in there a little bit, not gonna lie. But good stuff. We got a good, decent cone 5 on the top shelf. So I put the peephole in to the top peephole in for the last 30-40 minutes of firing, and got a good cone 5 on the top. Going for cone 6 still, but marked improvement. Saturday, so Superman's hanging out with me, and we are going to, there he is. He just got through with the lawn. So we are going to unload this town, and honestly, I'm not sure if we're going to have much of a slideshow because we're right up against the show that we're going to do. Here we go. Thanks for coming. we have a couple of things that are not going anywhere. My nieces came and did Christmas ornaments, and they look fantastic, except that my bar that is not supposed to warp, from my understanding of what these things do, my bead tree bar warped. And when my bead tree bar warped, this ornament that was sitting right here sagged. And I had a piece underneath it because I was trying to get the maximum amount of space out in my kiln, and it fused. So I don't know how to get that off. If you do, I was thinking a blowtorch maybe. No. This had all sorts of problems. Yeah, I mended these with the crack with paper clay, and you can still see the crack. So that the paper clay, I didn't get the. I was hoping that you wouldn't be able to see it through this glaze because this glaze is not really translucent. But the glaze crawled. So, I mean, there was nothing wrong with that. And it crawled out of that crack. What are you laughing at me?
Well, I'm just, if you think about your family, what they would do is they just hang this from the tree.
They probably would.
It just hang on a tree, you know. This is your ornament. Merry Christmas, Rachel.
I think that is Rachel's actually. Sorry, Rach. But you know, you could put a candle here.
You sure could.
It's a candelabra.
It's a Christmas candle. We'll buy her a candle.
Let's see, would a fairy house still go on there? Sure. We got all sorts of real estate going on here. It is a
so
Christmas.
It's going to be Christmas fairy house with an air plant and a candle.